Sometimes just doing your job results in astonishing finds, especially when that job is construction in an area rich in biblical history.
It's 1913, and construction of the Palestine-Egypt Railway is moving full steam ahead along the coast of what is now the modern state of Israel. But as these railroad workers are clearing out space to lay track, they strike a large stone that seems out of place.
In this sandy earth, they find a flat piece of marble about 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide.
As a few workers start to excavate it from the ground, they notice that there's very faint writing on it. It's been etched into the marble, and it's in a language that they can't understand.
Intrigued by the find, one worker decides to take the large marble slab home with him.
And when he gets it to his house, he puts it in his courtyard and uses it as a stepping stone.
The inscription is placed face up, and it stays that way for 30 years.
Then, in 1943, he puts the stone up for sale, and it attracts the attention of archaeologist Jacob Kaplan.
Kaplan heads to the house, and when he takes a look at the inscription, he immediately recognizes the writing. It's Paleo-Hebrew, which is a style of writing that was used from 1000 BC up until about 135 AD.
So right off the bat, Kaplan knows that this thing is really, really old. And although he can identify the script, he can't actually understand it. Nevertheless, he goes ahead and he buys the slab and he takes it home and enlists some of his colleagues to help him to decipher it.
As they start to translate, the first line grabs their attention. It reads, "I will call you to remember for goodness forever. God spoke all these words." Then, further down the stone, they identify other words.
You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. Kaplan has found a fully intact stone of the Ten Commandments that dates back to the era of the Old Testament.
In the Bible, the Ten Commandments were famously given to Moses by God at the top of Mount Sinai. But those tablets are smashed by Moses when he sees the Israelites worshiping the golden calf.
God later dictated the commandments back to Moses, who inscribed them onto a second set of tablets in the 13th century BC. And then according to the Bible, those tablets are stored in the Ark of the Covenant. But then later on, the Ark and those tablets go missing.
For a moment, it seems the mystery of the missing tablets may finally be solved. But as researchers study the stone more closely, they realize something doesn't add up.
Only 9 of the 10 commandments from the Bible are present on this stone. The third commandment is missing.
The replacement commandment is an order to build a temple on Mount Gerizim, which is a sacred site for Samaritans. Further research discovers that a Samaritan synagogue was built in the place where this stone tablet was found.
That temple was constructed between 300 and 800 AD, so the stone, while old, was likely created hundreds of years after Moses' time.
Dr. Kaplan holds on to this stone for the next 50 years until finally his wife sells it after his death in 1995.
Over the following decades, it changes hands a few times without much fanfare. Then, in December of 2024, the stone goes up for auction.
The stone's age, its distinct third commandment, and the unusual story of its chance discovery ignite interest in the sale.
Bidding starts out high, and then the price just keeps going up and up and up, till finally, when the final gavel falls, the selling price is $5 million.
The marble tablet goes to an anonymous buyer who pledges to donate it to an Israeli institution.
In the end, this humble relic will be preserved and admired for generations.